Yay, I'm back. It's Missy, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel like I've been gone for forever, but I'm back and I have a new layout for the Shimmers Education team. And don't forget, this is the info that you need to get a free product when you order online. And for my project today, I did a little cleaning while I was on YouTube vacation, and I went through my scrap stash and found lots of papers. And this is from 2012. This is from Fancy Pants Hopscotch collection. I'm going to use that as my background. This is actually a new paper that I bought not long ago. It's from Michael's. Look how gorgeous it is. I think they were having a specialty paper, 10 for 10 or something, and I got 2 sheets of that gorgeous butterfly paper. And in the midst of my cleaning, I stumbled upon this random butterfly die cut. I don't even remember cutting it or what I cut it for, but I'm going to use it as a mask and use my shimmers on top of it to sort of create a negative butterfly image. So I'm going to go ahead and add some gesso here, and while I'm doing that, I will update you guys. I was out of touch for a while because of Hurricane Irma. I live right in the middle of Florida, and it came through here last Sunday. So I don't even remember. Time is I don't know what day it is anymore. September 10th/11th, and yeah, you guys, I'm sure you've heard, but the whole state was pretty much out of power. Our whole county was out of power. The eye came right over us, and we were out of power for 5 days. And I was one of the lucky ones that got power first in our town. My dad just got power yesterday, and that was day 9. So it was pretty traumatic for a lot of people. We were lucky that our house did not sustain any damage. We just had some tree limbs and you know, lots of leaves, a lot of debris blown around, but our house was fine, and all of us are fine. It was just very hot and very stressful. Thankfully we had a generator, and so we were able to keep our refrigerator and our freezer and a TV for the girls, and they actually handled it pretty well. I was very, very proud of them for dealing with this, because it was pretty stressful, but you know, we were very thankful that we didn't have much damage, because there were a lot of houses around here that were completely crushed by big trees, and it was very scary. The actual storm was terrifying. It's just not knowing what's going to happen, and so glad it's over. But so yeah, I really couldn't think about anything scrapbook related during that whole situation, but now we're back in business, and hopefully I'll remember how to scrapbook and remember how to do videos. So we'll see what happens with this one. So I cut out several of those butterflies, and these are the pictures I'm going to use. I'm going to use color ones, and these are some cute ones of Paige. She was just looking cute on the couch one day and snuggling and covering up with her little Dora blanket, and I thought the colors would go really nicely with all those colorful butterflies. So I pulled out a bunch of shimmers, and I'll let you know what these are as I use them. I still have them all out here on my desk. I'm going to sort of try to use the packaging technique on top of this butterfly. And the first color that I've got there is Vibes Sweetheart. It's one of my favorite pinks. And this turns out okay. It didn't turn out as great as I thought it was going to, but it does create some interesting shapes on the background. I'm sorry if I sound kind of stuffy. I did wind up catching some kind of allergy head cold thing during all of this heat, and it's still lingering, so hopefully I don't sound too annoying. That's Vibes Mango Tango that I'm using there, and it's kind of a coral pink red color, very pretty, and you can kind of see the outline of a butterfly there, but it's not quite obvious, and that's okay. I wind up just kind of using this as a starting point, and you know, it didn't turn out super great, but it's okay. So the purple color that I'm using there is one of the new colors, and it's an Inklings, and it's called Plum Crazy, and it's got some shimmer to it. It's a gorgeous purple color. It matched the purple and the butterflies perfectly, and there's also some purple in my pictures. I tried to add in a little bit of light blue. Let's see here. I've got Creamy's Ride the Tide, and then one of the original Shimmers paints. It's called Winter's Mist, and I kind of mix and match those a little bit together. Now the Creamies, if this is your first Shimmers video that you've ever watched, the Creamies are also shimmery, but they have more of a satin finish when they're dry. The original Shimmers paints are thicker, and they've got like what I would call blended up glitter in it. It's super sparkly once it's dry, and the paint itself is a little bit thicker. And when you get the shimmers, the original shimmers paint, it's already liquefied, and all you have to do is stir it up. But the inklings and the creamies are hard, and you have to activate those with water. Now this is Creamy's Let Us Get Together, one of my favorite greens to use. It's almost like a Kelly green. It's very, very pretty for springtime and summer. And since I had some green in one of those butterflies, I wanted to add that to the background. And this eventually here, as I keep going, it's going to wind up looking like a hot, splattery mess. But like I always say, the backgrounds always look messy. And then once you start to add your pictures and your embellishments back on top of it all, it completely changes it. So you kind of have to make the mess in order to get this kind of look. And I'm going to situate the pictures kind of in the middle there, and then organize the butterflies all around them. Now this pink color is gorgeous, gorgeous. It's one of the new ones. What's the name of it? It's an Inklings, and it's called Hot Stuff. It's very rich, very, very pretty. And as you can see here, I'm kind of covering up what I did with the butterfly masking, but you couldn't really tell what it was anyway, and so I just sort of go overboard here. This was my first mixed media project after taking off probably 12 days of scrapbooking, and I felt rusty. I felt like, oh my gosh, am I going to remember how to do this? Yeah, 12 days without scrapbooking. I had no power, and my scrapbook room was completely hot. If you weren't sitting still in front of a blowing fan, you were dying of heat, because it was like 90 degrees here. And if you've ever been to Florida, then you know it is super humid. And, we did have a generator, like I said, so we did have some fans blowing on us, but it was still hot. That light orange color is Sunset Strip. I just splattered some of that down, and then I decided to bring in some Jenny B Blue Witches of Vibes, and I'm glad I did that because I love that turquoise color. I think that's one of my favorite shimmers colors of all time. So you can see it looks like just a bunch of paint splattered around. I mean, it's, the packaging technique is very random, so you just get a different look every time, and I think it definitely looks better once you start to add everything on top of it. So I'm going to add a little bit of tissue paper behind my pictures there, just to give them a little bit of something, because I didn't want to really bring in any other pattern papers. I wanted to use minimal things on this, and I like to do this because it shows you that you really don't need a lot of paper. If you like mixed media, then you really don't need a lot of extra stuff. Now I thought I would jazz up the background a little bit more with some stitching, so I traced a circle, and then off camera, I used metallic gold thread and just did kind of some messy circles around there just to bring in some more of the gold, because there is gold on all of those butterflies. Now I'm going to raise up the pictures here and add in some foam, and then kind of overlap the photos so they're not perfectly straight, and then start to layer in the butterflies again. Before I glue anything down, of course, you know me, I'm going to add in some thread, and I pulled out 4 colors, basically the 4 main colors that you see here: the green, the blue, the pink, and the orangey color that is in the big butterfly there right at the bottom of the pictures. And I originally wanted, some subtle masked butterflies in the background. That didn't turn out so great, so I just went with it, and it's fine. I just kind of made it into an artsy, abstract looking background, and I'm fine with that. I guess I could have really went heavier with the paint over the butterflies and traced them or something, but I don't know. I kind of like what this morphed into. So now I'm going to glue everything down. I just added each of the 4 colors of thread to each side and above and below, and then I'm going to start to glue everything down. And the fun thing about using butterflies like this is if you just glue down the center, you can flip the leaves up. Not the leaves. Oh my goodness. There's no leaves on this paper. The wings. And it looks like they're, dimensional, like they're coming off the page. Now this is Minor 49er. It's a very pretty sparkly gold. and it's in Inklings. So I'm going to splatter some of that around and some more of the Sunset Strip. And I'm liking how this is looking. It's very simple. I really didn't use a lot on it. I just didn't feel like it needed a lot of stuff. This is more of my stash. I think everybody's seen these shiny gold thickers before. I can't remember if they were Dear Lizzie or Amy Tangerine, but they're a couple years old. And I still have been hoarding them, so I'm going to use them little by little. These are a bunch of sequins from Spiegel Mom's Scraps. I haven't used sequins in a while. I don't know what is wrong with me. I love sequins, so I decided to pull out some that matched the blues, the greens, and the pinks. I'm not going to make you watch me do all that, but I just scattered some around just for some extra interest and texture. And then I'm going to draw in some lines and start to add my journaling in. And this is just a random everyday, you know, cute layout. It's not a main event or anything like that. So last thing I'm going to do is add the date, and I believe that is going to wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Here come the still shots. I like how it turned out. It was fun to do. It was fun to get back in my scrapbook room. Thank goodness it wasn't damaged. We did have a leak in here, but I made sure that it did not get anywhere near any of my papers or stickers or layouts or anything like that. So yeah, this was fun to make. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions about any of the Shimmers products or any of the things that I used or did here for this layout. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I should have another video coming up soon, and I will see y'all in the next video. Have a great day.